What up? So, I've been thinking about next year's NBA draft, even though we just got finished with this one. Summer League starting today, but next year's draft has been talked about as one of the best drafts that we've seen in a while. We got Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, couple other big names that I feel like I've seen on like Hoop Mixtape for the last couple of years. But I don't know about you guys, but Cooper Flagg to me is the no doubt number one overall pick. And I feel like in most situations it would be way too early to say that. But some of the stat lines that I see produced by this guy are just absolutely like insane. I'm like, is this Wilt Chamberlain in high school in a different body? Is he in disguise? No, it's just Cooper Flagg. So I think like I just saw one the other day. It was like 52 points, 11 blocks, 27 rebounds. Like I don't know anyone else who's doing that at any level, honestly. So that's pretty crazy, you know. And I think he's from Maine, but I think he goes to a different school now. I think he goes to like Montverde or something. But he's been doing this for years, and it's just going to be very exciting to see what he does at Duke, because you know Duke is like a legit basketball program. Like you go to Duke and you're touted as a top prospect, like you're going to get drafted in the first round, pretty much no doubt. I know Coach K's out of there now, but they still got good coaching and good staff around the program. So I just think Duke is just one of those all-time programs that if you go there, you just increase your chances of going to the league by so much. But yeah, I mean, I think this guy Cooper Flagg is just he's really gonna be so good because I think his floor is very high. I think he has a very high ceiling too, but I think his floor is so high because of just how athletic he is. If anything, he's going to come in and be able to, get buckets in transition and get a ton of rebounds. Probably play really good defense too. So it's going to be, extremely interesting to see how his current style of play translates to the NBA. But, I've been saying it for a long time. I really hope the Wizards get him next year. I don't think we're going to be that good yet. I think we're starting our rebuild, but this is, a couple more years at least that we need to go until we're, probably at a solid team that's, making the playoffs consistently. So if we got Cooper Flagg, it would be speeding up that process in my mind. So I'm hoping that happens, but I'm not I'm not expecting anything yet, especially because the season just ended, so we won't really know anything about the draft for a while. And I feel like you really can't start like truly evaluating the order of the draft and who's going to go where until at least March. That's when you really start to see where like dominoes are going to fall a little bit, and it'll change a little bit between then and the draft as well. But like the combine plays a lot into it. So, especially in a packed class where you have a lot of talent, especially near the top of the draft, it's going to be, an evaluating process where a lot of people probably get swapped around. I think you have a couple, in the consensus like top 5, top 10 already, but we'll see where things go, and especially what the lottery looks like. So, if a team like the Hawks, you know, 10th, 11th, 12th in the lottery jumps up again, that could throw things up. But I think regardless of what team wins the lottery, I would be surprised if they passed on Cooper Flagg. And I mean, I think like Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, maybe even VJ Edgecombe are going to give them, some sort of reason to think maybe it's not Cooper Flagg. But I just think at the end of the day, you're going to look at the sheer athleticism and just be like, why would we not take this kid? I think there's going to be very few points where people go wrong in the 2025 draft, but, especially at the top, because you just have this handful of talent where I don't necessarily think that you didn't have it in this year's draft. I just think it's more of a sure shot with next year's draft because we just know that class more because of all of the coverage, especially on Cooper Flagg. And I think a lot of the rest of that class started getting covered a lot more because of Cooper Flagg. So, it's going to be a crazy, crazy, solid few months before we start seeing how these guys are panning out at the, next situation they chose to go to. Or if they're just moving up a year in college, it'll be very interesting. But, I think the league's got this vision for Cooper Flagg, and I'm fucking with the vision like eye patches.